And now to give more insights on this, we are being joined by Nick Harper live from Washington, D.C. Nick, tell us, the global financial markets seem to be nose-diving over coronavirus fears and more high-profile cases are coming to light. What are government authorities doing on ground to tackle this?
Well, obviously, President Trump, about 24 hours ago, gave that address to the nation from the Oval Office. The idea was that it was a chance to really give confidence to the nation and also to allay fears, to try and boost the markets, but also show that the government was on top of the situation. I think what we've seen during the course of Thursday, though, is the complete opposite. There has been that panic on Wall Street. We saw the Dow Jones, the S&P and the Nasdaq all nosedive. The Dow closed down 10%. It was the biggest one-day percentage drop in 33 years since Black Monday back in 1987. And that long list of things that have happened during the course of the day that you've just run through really show to the American public that things are dramatically changing. The way of life in the US is changing in a very big way, and we're likely to see even more closures over the coming days. The state of Maryland has just closed all of its schools, and we could see that on other states throughout the US.
Right. You know, I think a very pertinent question that's on everyone's minds is that do we know if the US President Donald Trump will be getting tested given his proximity to many lawmakers who have already decided to isolate themselves?
That's right. We've seen that isolation, but also reports coming from Brazil that a couple of men that President Trump and the Vice President spent the weekend with have tested positive. We had one of the staffers from President Jair Bolsonaro of Brazil's team. He has tested positive, and we're hearing that the President of Brazil himself is being tested right as we speak. However, the White House has said that it is not necessary for the President or the Vice President to be tested, and President Trump, when he was asked a little earlier today whether he was concerned, said that he wasn't. At this stage, there is no plan to test the President or the Vice President, but we may get to a situation where that simply needs to happen.
Right. My final question, we hear that Amazon is offering paid sick leave to some coronavirus patients and big companies are advising people to work from home. So are people being able to progress with normal life?
Well, in many ways, no. I mean, we are seeing an unprecedented situation across the US, with workers told to stay home, but also universities and schools closing. There are many question marks about what will happen. Will people be able to get to the shops to be able to buy groceries if they have to self-isolate? We've seen panic buying in supermarkets, many common day items running out on the supermarket shelves. Life is changing in the United States, and I think we are seeing some very dramatic changes that are impacting people's lives in a very significant way, and that's only likely to snowball in the coming days.
Right. Nick, thank you so much for joining us. We'll keep tracking the coronavirus updates in the US.